G'day everyone and welcome back. Today we're in a little seaside town in Victoria called Crib Point. We're at the local cemetery to visit the grave of Florence Oswin-Roberts, known to family and friends as Zing. She was the great aunt of Mrs. Ozzy Graver, so she's here today to tell you the story.
Today, the Oswin-Roberts Reserve is one of the last remaining remnant bushland areas in Phillip Island. The reserve is a testament to the legacy of Aunt Zing, who not only gave 150 acres to the people of Victoria but also cared for scores of koalas burnt in bushfires. Most famously of all, she was the only private individual legally permitted to keep a koala, Edward, who we found out later on was actually a female, with the beloved animal stuffed upon its death and now on display at the Phillip Island Heritage Centre. Edward spent nights in a favoured tree near Aunt Zing's home, the guest house Broadwater at Cowes. The tree is no longer standing, but in its place is another gum featuring a plaque dedicated to the unique human-animal relationship. It's called Edward's Tree, 1936 to 1944, in memory of a loved and world-famed pet koala. Aunt Zing was born in 1875 and in 1912, with a background in hospitality, she along with her sisters bought Broadwater, at 2.5 acres on the corner of Dunsmore Road and Lovers Walk, a home which had been built in 1890s. Aunt Zing became a passionate conservationist and drove a small grey car called the Beetle. Many a farmer about to cut down a tree looked both ways to make sure the Beetle with Zing at the wheel was not approaching in a cloud of dust along a dirt road to catch him in the act of this vandalism. And she had the courage of her convictions and was not afraid to intervene to save a tree. Following bushfires in Victoria in 1939, Aunt Zing rescued burnt and starving koalas, with Broadwater becoming a koala hospital with hammocks set up in the guest rooms. When she found a dead female with a joey in its pouch, Aunt Zing took the baby home and reared it, despite it being illegal for an individual to keep a koala in captivity. Through her conservation contacts, a special bill was passed through the Victorian Parliament, allowing Aunt Zing custody of the orphan Edward, with the koala resisting later attempts by her to release it back into the wild. Edward became famous during the war, making appearances with Aunt Zing at functions in Melbourne for the war effort. Outside of her conservation work, Aunt Zing gave generously to charities, including housing disadvantaged children at Broadwater. She was also instrumental in establishing the Phillip Island branch of the Country Women's Association, with the meeting of ladies called at Broadwater in 1935, when Aunt Zing became the first president, according to the minutes. She is laid to rest here at Crib Point with her husband Eustace and other family members by her side.
The bio for this video is courtesy of the Phillip Island and San Remo Advertiser. That's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm Ozzy Graver, along with Mrs. Ozzy Graver. Bye for now.